can't even do this class.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, the 17th of November.
That's so crazy.
It's a windy day out there. We just watched our the shop's recycling container start to get blown almost into traffic on Virginia
Yeah,
Street.
don't park next to the
Recycling
the
container.
Because I don't want to go out there and find you like underneath it, like in Wizard of Oz.
We're here today
with just your feet sticking out.
So yeah, it's supposed to be, I think, warm, 65 degrees, but the first real winter storm of the year blowing through. And so yes, it is tremendously windy. I mean, at the top of McCarran it was nutty windy. Was it nutty windy up there when you drove by?
Yeah.
It was so
like
windy driving in.
Yeah, it was blowing the car around when I drove through. So what to announce this morning, lady?
We're going to start off with Technique Tuesday because Shauna has a class. So some of you are in the embroidered cards class. You're going to have so much fun.
It's going to be so fun.
It's so much fun. You better have all your supplies ready. So if you don't, you better run into your sewing room and get everything ready. But there's not that much. They just need some applique fabric and that's it. So, and why don't we start off with that and we'll go through some announcements and some upcoming classes and deal of the day and all that fun stuff.
We had somebody this morning it was the first Christmas list that got sent in, but their dog did a bunch of shopping for them.
Yeah.
So your dog can even shop for you.
Yes.
Even if it's an imaginary dog.
We love dogs.
And you know, yesterday is she doing a particular card? I'm sure she is. I don't know what card
we're doing 2 cards and 1 envelope.
They're doing 2 cards and 1 envelope in that class. So I realized yesterday I actually called the gal who does our marketing for us this morning, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I wasn't politicely correct in our Christmas list offering.
What did you do?
Well, like I've been calling it the Christmas list.
Oh.
And she was like, well, I caught that, and it's not actually the Christmas list.
It says holiday?
It's the holiday shopping list. So I can't remember who pointed that out on the live stream yesterday, but I looked through the comments after we were done, and I was like, I called it the Christmas list, and but we didn't call it the Christmas list. I've been calling it the Christmas list, so I will do better and call it the Black Friday holiday shopping list, not affiliated with any particular denomination, religion, or secular group.
Oh my god, I'm tired. So Momo has been making a ton of noise in his cage.
He's so dramatic.
I don't think he's dramatic.
He's so dramatic.
He's so big.
He's like,
he's so chunky, and he hits everything.
He like touches the cage when he stretches, and then he moves around. And then we had our first walk.
We had a very
last night.
Oh yeah, he walks like this.
That was last night because we were in the pitch black because there are no street lights in our neighborhood, and we weren't wearing headlamps. But this morning he was walking like
straight?
Just totally normally. Yeah. But we got like to like the end of the street, and he like put the brakes on. Like he was kind of like,
he heard a dog barking and he gets
this
scared.
was even before he heard the dog barking. Like he got to the end of the street and he stopped and he sat down and he was like looking around like, I don't know if I want to go all the way to like where the world opens up out there.
He's a little cautious.
And then a dog started barking, and and he like literally turned around, and if I had run, he would have run straight back to the house.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was funny because like coming out of the house, he was moving very, very, very slow. Going into the house, like I opened the door and he ran straight in. So it's a big scary world out there for Mr. Momo.
Yeah, but he's not a good roommate. Well, he's not a good
he's a
bedroom
fine
sharer.
roommate.
He's loud. He makes a bunch of noise. He's so darn cute though.
You should make a yearly video with all the Technique Tuesdays and sell it. That's not a bad idea.
Who wants to put that together for us? This is my video tech over here.
Yeah, that creates more work for me.
Yeah.
And
so, Miss Shauna, Technique Tuesday.
We have some show and tell today, and there's going to be a video involved with that. So we're going to be putting together a video tonight, I think.
Oh, Shauna did. We still have puzzles. Are the puzzles still up?
Yep.
We should just leave them up.
I took them all down.
Isn't this
Look at
cute?
this!
So this is.
Is that spools?
It's called Thimble Blossom, and I just love that it was like.
Isn't this cute? So here is the puzzle, and Shauna did this with Alex. Isn't it so cute? And she mounted it on corkboard.
Yeah.
So it's so adorable. This would be so. Are you gonna hang it in your
I'm
sewing
gonna hang it
room?
in my sewing room.
What great decor for the
Isn't that
sewing
so
room.
fun? And Alex was like, we're just gonna glue it together. So there's like puzzle Mod Podge, and he just put like a whole bottle over it, and then we slid it onto the board and used some Gorilla Glue to glue it on. So
I love it.
It's like really together.
That's such a great thing to hang up in your sewing
It's
room.
so
How
fun.
much fun was it?
It was so nice just to like sit down and not listen to the news, or we just like put some music on in the background and puzzled it out. It took about 5 hours to do.
Yeah, I love puzzles.
Lots of white pieces.
So, you know what?
Have you seen
Let's
those
just
like blank, like straight white puzzles?
Yes.
Oh my god, I could not.
we'll put the puzzles back up, and we'll just leave them up at 20% off.
It was so
And
nice.
yeah, you know how nice it is to just.
I love puzzle, and we actually bought another puzzle last night.
I love puzzling.
It was just so relaxing.
Yeah, sitting around and just talking
Yes.
and hanging out with the family. I'm the only puzzler in my family. Violet likes to come in and she always goes, oh look, perfect timing, and she comes over
And like
when I
finishes.
have like 20 pieces left. And then we fight over putting, you know how special it is to put in the very last piece.
Yes.
And
That
she
was
just
the most satisfying moment.
she loves to come over and put the last piece in.
I have a feeling we're going to be doing lots of puzzles. I talked to our finance guy this morning, and he's like, our analyst, he had just had a call, and he was like, our analysts have told us to expect a hard shutdown in the state of Nevada.
Yeah, so if you
in a
need
week.
something, really.
I mean, who knows? But he was like,
Just how the numbers are looking.
he
with,
just
like,
basically said that like they've already shut their financial office down and are limiting traffic in the financial office, and their analysts were like, tell your customers if they want to do anything between now and December, they should do it now.
Do it now. So Shauna's going to do the Technique Tuesday, Windy Tuesday. Yes, it is, Miss Shirley.
So what I wanted to show you today,
Where are the cords
I'm going
we
to come
plugged
over
in?
here.
Okay.
Oh, and I wore my Christmas sweater. Well, it's just a holiday sweater. It's not.
Isn't it so
You have
cute?
bells on.
Little bells on my little.
They're
my little
tingly.
thing.
Yes.
Okay, so what I wanted to show you today is actually something that was included with Upgrade 1, and if you have the Solaris or Luminaire 2, you have this. And I'm going to be showing you the hand look stitch. This is also something that the Sashiko machine is like exclusive to doing. I'd say it does it a little bit flawless.
Well,
compared to
the
this.
it's different.
Sashiko
It's
actually
very
is a
different.
different mechanical machine.
It uses just the bobbin.
This mirrors the hand look
yes,
stitch.
thank you, Patrick. And maybe you'll be able to see it a little bit better on here, but this is what I'm going to be
look how good
showing
that
you today.
looks.
Isn't that so amazing?
And look.
These
You
are my
have-
little test stitches. So you have 3 different sizes. This one is S-03 and it has 8 tiny stitches
And where do
for
they
every
find
one
this
of these little
stitch,
lines.
Shauna?
So if we go back to just our regular utility folder, you can scroll over to the side and it's the one with the S. And then it's going to be the H's, so hand look stitch, hand look stitch, hand look stitch. This one does 8 tiny stitches per stitch you see here, so it changes the tension of it to pull up the bobbin thread. So the bobbin thread is actually where the color is, and then the top is threaded with a monopoly filament, so that's that clear thread. So this one does 8 stitches. This one is going to do 12 stitches, and this one's going to do 16, so you can see here how they just gradually get a little bit bigger.
Now, when you say 8, 12, and 16, is that stitches per inch?
That is, see these little tiny, this is 8 tiny little stitches where it pulls up the bobbin thread, and then it does 1 big stitch with the monopoly filament, and then it changes the stitch again and does 8 tiny stitches.
So each line is
yeah, so that's 8 stitches.
I didn't understand that either.
And this is 12 stitches, and this one is 16 tiny stitches to create one big stitch.
I don't know if you can see that, but when Shauna says that there's 18 stitches 16 in what looks like one long stitch is 16 stitches.
So some common misconception.
How do you know that?
The PowerPoint.
Wow.
Like I read the directions.
I did not realize that.
What happens with this, and what I see a lot in the upgrade class, is people see the machine is stitching, but it's not pulling the fabric through, and that's because it's doing all of these tiny stitches. So it's going to do a bunch of little stitches where it looks like it's almost stitching in place, and then it does one big stitch with that monopoly filament, and then it does a bunch of little stitches. So in the class, a lot of people try to push the fabric through and try to assist it, when in reality it's going to distort how that stitch looks. So since we already have everything threaded, I'm going to select the largest one, which would be S-05. And I don't have a foot control plugged in, so I'm just going to be using the start-stop button. So I'm going to put my foot down. And you'll notice I'm not going to really put my hands on the top. I'm just supporting the fabric from the back. It's doing a bunch of little stitches and then one big one. And a bunch of little stitches and one big one.
And again, you are putting monopoly in your
needle, yes.
And in your bobbin, that's where you're putting your colored thread.
Yes.
I just love how quiet the Solaris.
It's so quiet. So I'm going to stop it here.
If you haven't gotten a Solaris or Luminaire yet, get one.
And
it is that good.
Look at how fantastic that is.
Isn't that neat?
And this is a feature that is entirely unique.
Completely,
to those
it's exclusive
machines.
to those machines. And it's so easy to do. And what's nice is even if you had a big quilt, you would just be supporting the excess weight of it while the machine does its job and pulls it through with those super strong feed dogs.
Could you use, like, obviously with something like this, it's important to keep straight lines, etc. Could you use the grid lines and the various markers?
we could turn on our grid and we could do like parallel rows of this. You could use this to quilt your quilt. It would take a little bit longer than a standard stitch because you're doing all those tiny ones.
It's moving
But you could get a totally unique look with it. And it looks like you went through and did it by hand.
It looks like, so rather than having to spend, $3,500 on the Sashiko machine,
you get a feature that's pretty
this is
similar.
Actually built in.
Yeah.
I did.
But you can never replace the Sashiko.
No, let me show you what the Sashiko looks like.
Because the Sashiko...
Well, the Sashiko is a unique machine. It works almost like, it's considered in their lineup a specialty machine, but it works very similarly
so here's Sashiko.
And it only does the bobbin, right? Like that's
it just works with the bobbin. And you can do so much with I love the Sashiko.
So it actually pulls it up and then pushes it back through. Yep. It's a pretty amazing
Something
machine.
that I really love. Oh, so this is what it looks like on the back.
It looks like almost like a standard stitch on the back.
It's just carrying that bobbin stitch.
This is the Sashiko's back too, so it's kind of similar in the style.
Yeah, will
it
it wear? Because I was wondering anyways, I was wondering that, but I love it. So
Isn't
ladies,
that so fantastic?
if you
I'm sorry.
if you have a Luminaire or Solaris, what were you gonna say, Shauna?
The real technique I wanted to show is just to support the fabric.
Yes, did you hear that?
A lot of you have the Luminaire 2 or you have the first upgrade and haven't taken the class yet and you didn't know this was like a premium feature on your machine. And I think sometimes if we don't use something, it also gets forgotten. So this is a little reminder to go use your hand look stitch.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there, and it's totally fantastic. So that was my technique. Any questions? Are there any questions?
Well, and so I will
sweater is so
highlight. I got and it's funny because I've already sold the
You like that? You like that?
Oh my god. Okay,
this is like the Momo view. I got a deal on a couple of Solarises and a couple of Triumphs, because what's happened is while there was a run on kind of mid-level machines and low-end machines without events, most of our manufacturers are oversupplied on the high-end machines. That's where most dealers sell those high-end machines. So I got a very special deal. I bought 2 Solarises and 2 here, why don't we just come here? 2 Solarises and 2 Triumphs. Those 2 Triumphs didn't last a day. So literally the day I made the deal, the next day I sold the 2 Triumphs. And so I still have the 2 Solarises. Like, if you're in the market, call me, because I can do kind of a much better deal. Like, I've made profit. Like, the people who bought the Triumphs got crazy deals. It was a better deal than the people that bought at our Deb Canham event last year when I had bought the machines in bulk. I've already got some profit built into the Triumphs, and I got like this crazy deal buying the 4 machines together. So the call me, because I've got very, very good deals.
Do you have as good a deals on the Luminaires?
I'll make a crazy deal on the Luminaire, but I spent more on the Luminaire.
Yeah.
So the Solaris is the deal on the Solaris could be pretty remarkable. So call me.
Okay.
The other thing too is those like the last 2 Destinies and Dream Machines that came in the store weren't here for a day. So I'm interested in, like, if you've got a Destiny or if you've got a Dream Machine, like I've been moving those machines like the same day I get them. I'm incented to make you a crazy deal. So call me. So, what else do we have to talk about? You have a bunch of show and tell. Do you want to show them that?
I don't have a bunch of show and tell.
Well, let's talk.
I do have one show and tell, and I was working on something last night too. I actually was sewing this morning. So I suffer from inertia. Is that the right word? I need a push to get started sometimes. And then once I get started, I can't stop. So, and it's been hard, like, with the puppy, because he wants love and attention, and
She's a sucker for the puppy.
well, because he sits on your, he's getting big. He sits on your lap, and he puts his head up, and he just looks into your eyes, and he's so sweet.
Well, and he's not, like, he's not chewing our faces off anymore.
Yeah, I've had trouble getting stuff done, but I did sew,
you sewed most of the weekend.
Yeah, a lot of yesterday. I had my 10 needle going almost non-stop. I just had it loaded and I was just stitching. So I finished my Merry & Bright. I gotta tell you, as I was putting it together, I was like, nailed it, awesome, perfect. So my joins, when you do a tile scene, expect to just do some ripping out. That's just how it works. So there are ones that I had to redo. Well, when I quilted it, I went, oh, I guess I didn't nail it as hard as I thought I did. Cause
yeah, you know, for 99.9% of the people out there, they'd be like, you totally nailed it.
I didn't nail it. No,
she's like, I didn't nail it.
I didn't nail it. So I'm going to show it to you. It's still gorgeous. Like the colors and...
Well, and you were working distracted and, you know...
Well, make excuses for me.
I did.
But I just didn't nail it as hard as I thought I did. But it's still really, really cute. So here is... It's just my lettering. Not everything totally matches. But this is Merry & Bright. And
this is one Merry & Bright, right? Or
so
is
there are 2, and I highly recommend the thread set, because the thread set's just, your colors are gonna look perfect, you know. So here's my Merry & Bright. You can see my joins aren't totally perfect. Oh my God, they look bad, but I still I love it. You know what it says? It says Merry & Bright, and I absolutely love it. Here's the back. I put my binding on with my serger. I had this adorable fabric. I love this fabric. And I did a blanket stitch, sewing it all down. Used my projector. And so this is I can't. I'm gonna decide tonight.
Okay.
It is. I did film the entire thing, so.
All right.
Well, so let's do what we talked about this morning.
So
Like
what we talked about this morning is we talked about. I'm gonna make it into a dress. There we go. Evening wear.
It looks
Strapless.
perfect to me too, Betty.
How do you like that?
I think it looks.
Don't you
so
think this
good.
would be such a great dress?
It's so much.
This
bigger
is
than
a
I thought.
this is the kind of stuff I'd make for my Barbie doll. I would just cut like a rectangular piece of fabric, and then I would tie it around her waist, and then that would be the dress. But
Iconic.
yeah, this would be fantastic. Look at it with the candles. Love that.
It would make a great apron.
You know what's a super hot trend right now on TikTok? People going to the thrift store and getting quilts and then making sweatshirts out of them.
Did you hear that, ladies?
So the TikTok trend, ladies, because that's who we are, we're trendy, is to get old quilts from thrift stores and make them into sweatshirts.
So we're going to take this and we are going to turn it into a dress. Okay.
How much are the thread sets?
The thread sets. There are 2 different thread sets. There is this. I don't have any in stock. I ordered some more and they already sold. But this is this one is $94.99. And
Are
you're
they
gonna get,
actively available though? Like if you ordered more now, would we have them?
Yes.
Like
yes.
okay.
Yes. I can get them. There is also, so what you need is you need the embroidery design, and there is this one that I just did, this one, and then there's also this one, and I was really torn between which one to do. And this one is it's gold and silver, which I think looks so elegant. I was torn. I was like, which one should I do? And I ended up doing this one. Patrick and I talked about don't get it till tomorrow.
We're gonna edit the video tonight and get the video together tonight. So
we're gonna offer the design, the thread kit, and the class.
Well, so basically you could buy, we're gonna sell the video separately, but if you get the,
so we'll do this 25% off.
25% off.
So we'll put it on sometime today. It's not up there right now, but sometime today we're gonna put these up or the other combination, 25% off. And then we're gonna throw in the video class.
Yeah, so we'll have the video class separately for $20, and then if you get the threads and the design, then
yeah, if you've
you'll
never
get the
done
class
a tile
at no charge.
scene, yeah, it'll be really fun.
It'll be like a video sew along with Ginny.
What's really nice too about this is all you need is a 5x7 hoop. So it's done. There's 32 different tiles. It's done in a 5x7 hoop, so you could have, any machine. And this was quicker. So I think I'm 10 tiles into Enchanted Santa. I hope to have that for you next Monday, and I'm videoing that too. I think I'm also going to do, if you want a live class, I might do one live class with this as well. I'm just processing all the information.
I mean, a lot of it has to do with what happens next week too. Like there's discussions in the store, like if things do, like if we do face some kind of hard shutdown, we're kind of brainstorming in the store to make sure that everybody who's shut down and at home has plenty to do with us over the next 4 or 6 weeks with holidays coming up and stuff like that. We did have a question about the thread kit. There are separate thread kits for each design. So it'd be one of those things where if you're gonna do both designs, you'd want both thread kits. But I think most people will probably just choose which thread kit is more appealing to them, maybe.
Although I had one person buy both thread kits, and they're beautiful. So
how much thread was left over after the
I had
design?
A lot of thread left over. So
well, and it's beautiful thread too. It's isocord. I was watching Jeannie unwrap the thread yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, that's gorgeous thread.
Oh, I used all of it. I had some of these colors, but like this was for the pine cone, so it was like barely used. You could share it with a girl. You could share it with 10 friends, and you'd have enough. So
what if we have the design from the Spree Club?
Then you could just buy the thread set.
Then you can just buy the thread set.
And if you buy the thread set, if you buy should I throw in the class if they just buy one or the other?
No.
If you buy the thread set, I'll throw in
so
the
let's
design too.
let's do this to make it financially viable for us. If they just buy the thread set, do the thread set at 20% and then throw in the class. You know what I mean? So if they buy both at 25% or the thread set at 20%, and we'll throw in the class.
How do you put that on the...
It's going to have to be a separate item.
Okay,
so.
and then I'll throw in the class as well. But
will you still be shipping, or is it closed?
Yes, I can definitely do
we can
shipping.
ship.
Just keep in mind, it's going to take me... I'm going to look at orders today, and so tomorrow I'll do the order. It takes a good week for it to get to me, and then I will send it to you. Don't forget freestanding. Joanne, I have not forgotten that. That is still in my queue, and I think I'm doing the Sugar Chalet. That's going to be the freestanding.
Oh, is that a video class that you're going to do?
Yes, I started some placemats. They're so cute. I'll have that tomorrow. That's going to be a live class that I'm going to be doing. I haven't done a live class in a while.
She's been back in the sewing room. Like there was like 2.5 Momo weeks, and then you've been sewing quite a bit.
I'm trying.
So, this lady works pretty hard. So, what else? Like, deal of the day is crazy today.
Okay, so deal of the day.
Let's talk promotions.
So I have a distributor that does free shipping a couple times a year, and a lot of times I can't give you deal of the days on some things because they charge freight, and they charge a lot of freight. So, the deal of the day, and so a lot of you got this already, so I don't even know if you're gonna want it, but I have Panasonic irons on there. So I brought mine in, and mine is so dusty and dirty, I'm kind of like wiping it off right now. So I have 2 irons in I can't do the Olisos because I can't even get those until January. I have in my sewing room, I have an Oliso, which I used to have a Rowenta on a tank, and I absolutely love that iron, but
it was heavy. It
was hurting my shoulder to lift it off the tank and put it down and lift it up. So by the end of the day, I would be totally
She had a shoulder
jacked.
issue.
Yeah, my whole shoulder and my arm. So I love the Oliso because I can just, you don't have to lift it and lower it. It does it automatically by the touch of your hand.
You're literally just moving it to the fabric.
I can't get those until January. The other iron I use in my room is I use the Panasonic 360. And I love this iron. So I have the Oliso on my long ironing board. If I'm like really gonna do some ironing, I use that. This is what I have on my 17 by 17 wool mat next to my machine where I do all my other ironing. So as I'm piecing, this is what I use. When I'm doing just for my sewing machine and pressing, this is what I'm going to be using. Things I love about this iron is it has a retractable cord, which is really, really nice. Comes with a cover, which I lost. I don't know. I was in here in the store and I can't find it anymore. But it has a cover that goes over here with a handle. So you can just you can take it to classes. So if this is still hot, you just put the cover on and then you're ready to go and travel. I love the size. This will fit into my 5x7 hoop. So I absolutely love the size. I had somebody come in that was complaining about their iron, their cordless iron not staying hot. I feel like this totally stays hot for me. I mean, I'm not sitting there just ironing everything, long pieces of fabric, stabilizing them. I do that a little bit with this, but it stays nice and hot. I love the angle, so you're gonna see it's kind of like a football, and it's pointed here and it's pointed at the other end, and I love that it's cordless. So, I mean, you're corded here, this base stays plugged in, but this is cordless, so it's so easy to use and to do all your little ironing jobs. So I absolutely love this iron. It's normally $140. Okay, this is the other thing. Limited with colors. So the only colors I can get, and I don't even know if I can get any more because they're doing free freight. So I was watching their numbers go down. It was like they had 200, and then it went to like 128, and then
how many do you have coming?
So I only have 4 charcoal. I have 1 red and I have 1 champagne because they're expensive for me even at wholesale. So
right.
I don't know with you ladies. Sometimes it's a big hit and sometimes it's not. And we did this as a special in the very beginning. So a lot of you got it. If you didn't get it, get one. Yeah, get one. And I'm going to be looking at the numbers this morning and I'll do some more orders if I need to. So the colors that are available were charcoal, red, and it's a gorgeous red, and champagne, which almost was like a, it champagne? It was almost like a gold. Yeah, so those are the colors. I may not, yes, Miss Urbani, don't you love that iron? So I may or may not be able to get the color of your choice from those. They completely sold out of the blue, the teal, all of those were gone. And I could get those later on. There's gonna be freight though. So Sally, I will have one of those. Go onto the site and purchase. That would help me if you just go onto the website and I will get you a red.
So Melinda's, I understand your question now, Melinda, and quite frankly, we don't know. Like it's the announcement hasn't been made. We haven't seen anything. We keep hearing kind of bad news about the pandemic and the state of COVID in Washoe County, which is
I think the post
county
office
that
is
we're
not shutting down.
in. I don't think the post office, that'll be essential. But we don't know what it would actually mean and what they would dictate to us. What I've told our employees is even if we're essentially closed to the public, we have a lot going on in...
What is this?
Is that a list of people not on?
Oh, ladies, you better not be sitting here. Sure, can I call their names?
Lorraine, Anna, Shelly, or Carol.
If you Carol's not going to be there. She's having a grandbaby.
Oh, congratulations, Carol. So, if any of you ladies is supposed to be in the class or are supposed to be in the class, you should be there.
Get in there.
Yeah, so we don't know. I don't think anything like shipping, all that stuff would be fine. I've kind of told the majority of our employees just to be prepared to come to work like everything's normal. It will probably change how we operate in the shop, but we don't know. Like next week could come and go and we might not see anything. But it was, like I said, my finance guy kind of called this morning, was like, hey, our analysts are telling us things are going to shut down. So, so
the irons are on the site, 25% off. So get those. The other thing I put on the site, and again, I'm getting these because I get free freight right now, which means I can give you a better discount. Pellon Shape Flex on the bolt. So it is 20 inches by 25 yards. Get a bolt. I mean, if you're doing Kimberbell, if you're doing embroidery, if you're doing sewing, it just makes sense to get a bolt. So I have it on the site. Normally the Pellon Shape Flex is...
Are you good?
I'm good.
Bye, ladies. She's got the control the bridge.
Is Rhonda here right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, so
yeah.
I think I told her 25% off on this.
Okay, so how much?
And she needs backing.
Yeah, one has backing in the kit, one doesn't.
Okay.
So how much Shape Flex for each kit?
And one vacuum and sewing.
Do a yard and a half.
A yard and a half of each?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think should see if she needs the design.
Oh, okay.
Because I think she just wanted embellishment kit and fabric kit.
Oh, okay.
So pull the designs out. Okay, sorry about that. So Shape Flex, again, this is a special order. I'm going to look at the numbers today and then I'm going to do the order. A bolt is normally $133.99 and I'm doing it at 25% off. So get a bolt, just have it. And we don't know if we're going to be shut down. We don't know if you're going to be able to get it. You don't know if you're going to be able to go out. So everyone needs a bolt of Shape Flex. I have a bolt at my house. I'm amazed at how quickly I go through it. So, I mean, if you're doing a Kimberbell quilt, if you're doing one of the pillows, a lot of times it asks you to stabilize with a woven interfacing, and they're talking about Shape Flex. And I have it on there, so instead of $133.99, it's $99.99, which is more than 25% off. So get your Shape Flex, order it now. Batting. If you want a bolt of batting, and I wrote this down, I did not put this on the website. I can order this without freight, which means I can give you a discount right now. I love, at my house, I have a roll. I have a 96-inch roll of Hobbs 80/20, and I absolutely love it. And I know you like to use all different things, but if you want a roll of batting, this is the time to get it. It is not on the website. You are going to reach out to me, send me a note. But normally I can get you 2 different sizes. I can get you the 120-inch by 30 yards, or I can get you the 96-inch by 30 yards. So I have the 96-inch by 30 yards, and it's so nice not to have to run out there and go, oh, I'm out of batting, and just having a nice roll. I know I bought some there's some different groups out there too. So if you need to get it right now for one of your groups, I think we did children's cabinet, or I'm not quite sure. But if you need a bolt, I will give you 25% off, and there's no freight. There is tax, so you have to pay for tax, but no freight. So I don't have that on the site. It's either the 120-inch by 30 yards or the 96-inch by 30 yards, and I will give you 25% off. That stuff sells out, so if I go back on there and they have sold out of it, I might not be able to get it. But if you let me know this morning, I can get that ordered for you. So I'm halfway through my 96-inch, so I'm going to be getting another bolt of that. It's a great time to get a, is it bolt? It's a roll. This is big old roll of batting. So and what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the Hobbs 80/20. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester, and I use it for everything. I know, because I'm not a batting expert, so I know people use silk and they use wool. I just kind of stick with my 80/20, and it makes me happy, and I know what to expect. So these are the things that normally I get charged freight, so I can't give you discounts on these things, but I can do this for you for the next day or so until they're sold out, because they are not extending this to items that sell out. It's just what they have in stock. So that's what I can give you now. Was that it? I think that's it. So we have a ton to do. Be creative, make something awesome. I will be back tomorrow. I'll let you know if any of those deals are still available. I'll extend them as long as they're in stock and I can get them for you. Gail says Hobbs is her favorite, so it is a great batting. Did I give you the price on that? The 120-inch by 30 yards is normally $299.99. 25% off of that, so it'll be $75 off. And then the 96-inch roll by 30 yards is normally $239.99, and it'll be 25% off of that, which will be $50, and then another $10, so $60 off of that. So great deal. There still is tax on that. You would have to come and pick it up, and I would have to order that pretty much this morning, because when I checked on their site, they had 20 of one and they had 15 of the other in stock. So let me know and have a great day. I will see you later. Bye, ladies.